So in chapter 8, it's going to be your turn to build your own version. But if you don't want to do that, you can get the source code of ours in the Dreamforge Academy and modify it to do something that's useful for you. So you've seen how Dreamforge Brain is built at a high level, conceptually at least. This chapter distills the core patterns into a reusable roadmap that you can apply to your own AI SaaS projects, whatever it is that you're building. So universal AI SaaS pattern, try to summarize it for you here. We're going to strip away the memory-specific features, and Dreamforge Brain is an instance of a very common product pattern. Collect user data, enrich it with AI, let user interact with it via an assistant. This pattern can apply to dozens of product ideas. So you might have a CRM plus an AI. You might have a research tool. You might have a meeting assistant. You might have a training library where you can save your standard operating procedures and so on. The ideas are endless, but the principles remain the same and the guidelines are the same. So here's a few tips that I want you to think about before you just start building your own. So you're going to design your data model first. So think about, before writing any code, define what a record is in your app. What fields does it need? What types are meaningful? A well-designed schema or design for a database, think of it as a spreadsheet with columns, is worth weeks of refactoring avoided. Use the memory item table in the course as a reference for this example. Are you going to add authentication? Never build user-specific features without auth in place. You can use BetterAuth, NextAuth, or Clark. There are many others too, but you should set up your roles early, test early, and immediately, even if you only have one role. If you want to add auth later, it actually is quite problematic. Now, some people say, oh, I'm not going to worry about authentication because I'm never going to have any users. Well, I want you to stop and think carefully. If you do, add it on day one. Test it on day one. Log in right from the start. Get the login and authentication working, and then continue with the rest of your app. So build catcher before recall. You need data before you can search it, of course. So building the simplest possible, add a record form first, get it saving into a real database and confirm that it works. If you're going to use authentication to a real database, remember you also have to think about hosting and where you're going to store it in the cloud. In our case, many of the apps that I built and show in these courses are hosted on Vercel. And if you haven't discovered Vercel yet, definitely check out vercel.com. Start with a hobby plan, learn about GitHub, and then you'll quickly discover how easy it actually is to tell your coding agent, submit the app to my GitHub repo, push the local repo to my remote GitHub, and from there trigger a Vercel build. And instantly, 2 minutes later, you have a cloud-based system that you can even assign your own domain to and have your users then use the authentication principles and log in from anywhere in the world where they have internet. My recommendation, as I mentioned many times, is to add your AI enrichment async. You're going to wire up your open router for your AI and use from a range of models in the free set, but depending on your application, you may want to choose different models from OpenRouter and then later swap them for production quality models. You're going to add pgvector for your semantic search. You're going to build your AI assistant last, actually. Don't make a mistake of finding and building the agent first. Yes, it's fun, and that is the conclusion and like the reward when she or he or it comes alive. Add billing before launching publicly. That goes without saying. You should use something like Stripe as a payment gateway. You can't just launch and people start using your app for free if it was an app that you wanted to sell. So these are the important key steps that you should follow for building apps like this. My recommendations are here for starting stacks. Don't get tripped up over all the YouTube videos and courses that you see about different stacks and try to learn it all. They can all do the same thing, more or less, at the end of the day. Pick one, get to know it really well, and especially focus on learning the combination of how the different stack building blocks works together. So a very common way and trusted all over the world with many years of industry proof is this framework. The framework where we use Next.js, a Neon PostgreSQL database, a Drizzle PG Vector friendly middle layer, authentication through BetterAuth or Clark, OpenRouter or similar for shared models, PG Vector or Pinecone and similar for embeddings, and then hosting on Vercel. All this can be set up with your AI agent. So if none of this is familiar to you, don't worry. Start with a blank project. Tell your coding agent, Codex or Claude, hey, what is the best recommended stack for building this application? It's more important to describe in plain English what the application should do and what is your intent of building it than starting with a stack. Once you tell your coding agent what it is that you want to do, it will certainly guide you in what is the stack to use. But remember the trick about the cutoff knowledge. So say make sure that you search in the current time online what is the best combination and compatible stack based on my requirement that I want to build. And as a last thing, I can't say this enough, do not just start vibe coding, make a plan, review the plan, and ask your coding agent to make suggestions, ask you questions, and explain why it does things or why it does not do things. Ask it for its honest feedback if it thinks that your plan is not good and how it would make it better, and why it thinks that is better or more reliable. So just as a reminder, if you become a pro member of Dreamforce Academy, you're going to get full access to this Dreamforce Brain GitHub repository, meaning the source code that I've used to build the actual app. And you can try the live app right here, or you can go back to the Academy. So the Academy is found at academy.dreamforceworld.com, and the Brain demo is at brain.dreamforceworld.com. Let me click on it now. And this is the one that the course is about, and you can sign in, sign out, register. I'm administrator. See, it shows me as master admin. So I'll show you a quick look of the control room that I can do that normal users wouldn't be able to see. So here I can enable various features, whether we're going to use DeepGram, enable OS dictation, show the Windows Mac OS dictation hints, and save the voice policy. So from a backend administrator point of view, you always want to think about, as the owner or developer of the app, what features you want to enable and disable quickly and easily. So always ask your code agent to help you build a backend master admin console or side panel that only you have access to. And that's why the role of admin is important. Various things that I can do that users won't be able to do. And I can even show the compiled prompt preview script and edit it right here of what Athena over here will be able to do. So this is what we call a system prompt that guides her or grounds her. Well, if you made it this far and you still have questions, I encourage you to join the Dreamforce Academy at academy.dreamforceworld.com. And in there, there will be more written instructions about this and the ability to download the source code and explore more frequently asked questions. That is quite common. So what is a vector? Why does Athena sometimes say she doesn't know something? Can I build a similar app without hosting my own server? What does RAG mean and why does it matter? Is PG Vector difficult to set up? How much does the stack cost to run? Can this type of app be built with no-code tools like inetn? So I just want to thank you for your time. and give you a quick reminder where you can start. Go to dreamforgeworld.com, then click in the card of your choice, like the Academy. When you get to Academy, you can get started and log in. So if this is where you land in the series that I'm working on, start here and then learn about what we offer, and we will see you inside. Thank you very much for your time.